Hey guys, it's Amy from Ara Ara here for the very first episode of Ranking of Kings. Before I do start though, I want to say a huge thank you for all those that has supported my Kotor Lives Alone reactions. I mean, for me, it was the very first ones I've done, so the amount of support that I got was really unexpected and unpredictable actually. So yeah, thank you so much. But yeah, because of that support, I was able to get this comment, and it got me curious to watch Ranking of Kings. Clearly, I am not stopping at Kotor Lives Alone. So yeah, I've actually heard of Ranking of Kings before. A friend mentioned it to me. I think it was the best anime for fall 2021. I am not so sure, but I do know that it got best anime at some point, and well, it didn't really get me curious enough to watch it, but this comment definitely has, because it compared it to Kotaro. So yeah, I'm really excited to see what the show has to offer. And speaking of shows, I am also watching 86. So if you've seen 86 and you'd like to see my reaction videos of it, do check it out as well. And if you guys have any other recommendations as well, do comment them below. I know some of you have already started giving recommendations. There is a list that I am keeping in mind. So yeah, I mean, I really do appreciate these comments. Side note, I will be watching this subbed. I am just gonna put it as dubbed on post just for, for the ease of everyone and everything. All right, let's get started with the very first episode of Ranking of Kings.
What is the measure of a king? Are there many prominent knights in his service? Are his subjects fruitful and his towns thriving? And above all else, does he himself bear the power of a hero? These are the measures by which nations determine the ranking of kings.
That's fair for you to be as strong as a knight, to be a king, so you understand strength in its physical form as well.
Never you mind them. You are stronger than they know. You can persevere through all of that ugliness. And then you must become the greatest king in all the world.
He's so tiny.
Promise me.
How can you have a baby that small and be that huge? It's reminiscent of the Emperor's New Clothes. I mean, that's what I'm getting from just that walk without the clothes. Or maybe it's just a reference to that. The Prince's New Clothes is the name of the first episode. See?
Huh? Who the heck are you? Hey, get back here! I haven't seen you around here before. Who are you, and what's up with that crown on your head?
Okay, so they don't know who the prince is.
Fine, I'll make it easy for you. Your money or your life? What'll it be?
It's a kid. Do you really think he has money just because he has a crown? Like, I don't necessarily carry money around me even if I had money in the bank. That doesn't make sense.
He can't hear either. That's gonna make it kind of hard to get the idea across.
That's so sad.
Guess you're telling me you don't have any money on ya. Are you figuring out what I'm saying by watching my mouth?
How are they understanding each other?
Now you're asking how I'm figuring out what you're saying? Heck if I know, but I understand you fine. Hey, don't go changing the subject. If you got no money, then take off your clothes and leave it with me. Real nice. Makes things easier on us less fortunate types. Now come back here tomorrow with some more fancy clothes. And hey, don't tell anybody about this, all right? Get out of here.
I don't know if he's gullible because he's a child.
There's some dumb kids around nowadays.
Yeah.
What is this about?
It's Prince Boji, the king's eldest son. My guess is he was waylaid by a highwayman and lost his clothes.
But wasn't he smiling just now?
He's an idiot, deaf and mute to make matters worse. And to top
They're so mean. They're like, oh, he's stupid and he can't hear and he can't speak. What?
He's not coming. Or maybe he's gonna bring me in.
He really think he would come just to give his clothes? And he is coming to give his clothes. This is... Boy, why?
Hey,
But you know what I'm getting? It's like he has no friends, so this is like his way of getting acceptance somehow.
you're happy to have somebody to talk to? And that's really all it takes to make you smile, huh?
See? Makes him happy.
People don't really want to engage with an idiot boy who can't hear or talk, do they?
Exactly what I said, Shadow thing.
It's good to meet someone who understands, you say? You dunce! Don't you know when you're being made fun of?
See, he doesn't care even if he's being made fun of.
Hold on. You're telling me to stay here so you can bring me even more of your clothes tomorrow?
And for sure, even if he's deaf, he understands what's going on. I don't think you could be stupid. I think he's only like being gullible at this point about giving his clothes and stuff just for friends. But I don't think he's stupid.
Never met anyone like that. But I'll get quite a bit for his clothes. Might as well stick with it. You seriously believe you're gonna be the greatest king in the world?
I like how you understand him just through this. I'm just gonna call him a shadow thing. I don't know what he is.
You really are some kind of idiot, aren't you? And even if all that's true, you're still gonna be a great king? Yeah, whatever. You go become a great king and make the world a more fun place to live. I'll be looking forward to it.
Hey, why don't you have any clothes?
Did she just say
Where are they?
Can't hear them. You three. The prince isn't able to hear anything.
He has ears. Why not?
Some
That's
people
mean.
have ears, but still can't hear.
Then he can't hear us if we say mean stuff.
What?
Easy now.
Whoa.
Again, I don't think he doesn't not understand.
Whoa. Whoa.
He can't talk because he's deaf. What is this expectation from people? Well, okay, no, the setting is like back in the day, so I guess, you know, doesn't make it any... It's not excusable, but yeah. I mean, the mindsets of different times are different, and you can't keep them up to the standard that you have in today's time as well. But yeah, it's I mean, looking at it through this lens now, it's messed up.
You walked out among the public undressed. And what, pray tell, compelled you to do that, Prince Boji?
Most likely, the prince was accosted by highwaymen.
Pathetic.
She's so strict.
The culprits will be put to death.
Wow, what?
You say I've misunderstood? You put yourself in this state for some game. Your actions will tarnish the dignity of this royal family. And what's more, they'll disrupt the harmony of our kingdom.
He really took the fall for this thief, shadow thief thing.
Clearly, this boy is not fit to be a king.
Oh,
Don't translate that. He appears to be rather shocked at what I just said.
See? Because he's not stupid.
Let's be off.
There's no reason to be that mean. No, see, people are mean to him outside. People are mean to him at home. Like, see, this is why he falls into the hands of thieves.
Either her corset's cinched up way too tight or she's just crazy. Is that a queen?
So that's his mom then, if he's the queen, right?
The king was hoping to speak with you.
It's ridiculous. Like, you would think at least he would have some support at home, have more understanding at home, you know?
Huh?
See, he's not dumb. People are dumb to think that, like, oh, you can insult him, he can't hear me, he can't speak, you can't fight back, so, you know.
This kid. He's putting on a brave face, pretending not to understand.
You're a member of the Shadow.
He is a shadow. Okay.
That despicable clan of assassins. I was told they'd been wiped out to the very last.
Assassins? He just seems like a thief. It's so cute that he has that little door.
There you are, Prince.
Oh, okay. Ranking of Kings, 7th place. So there are rankings, literal rankings of kings.
The attack came without warning.
Interesting.
Even through their grave losses, the villagers continued to fight with all they had, until at last the land itself was engulfed by the monstrous horde, and the villagers cursed their fate. But then, from out of nowhere, a great man strode forth and fought back with a ferocity beyond words.
And was that the dad? The king now?
And so began the Kingdom of Boss.
Boss. The king's name is literally Boss.
The habit of wandering about the town in a state of undress. What is the meaning of this? We of the royal family must show the bearing our subjects expect of us. Were you attacked by bandits? Or perhaps simply being bullied? In any case, you are ultimately responsible for being in that situation.
What do you mean that he allowed the situation to happen?
King Boss.
Oh.
My Boji, you are the son of the late First Queen.
Oh, his actual mom is dad. No wonder this just so mean to
Our
him.
country when I am gone. My heart weeps. Your hands are soft and weak, and Didas are swollen with the calluses from his great efforts. Take heart. I have left your training in the hands of Domus, the most capable swordsman of the land. You can surely become stronger.
Okay, at least he has a father that understands him. Can you imagine? Everyone else, though, is just...
So who hired you to come here, and who did they hire you to kill? If you don't answer...
I'm not here to kill anyone. I already told you I don't do that.
Assassination has always been the Shadow Clan's livelihood. And when they'd pledged loyalty to a ruler, they'd never betray them.
Don't you dare talk about that.
But it seems something changed. They tried to kill their king. And in return, they were eradicated. Isn't that right? You better start talking.
This is pretty bloody. I mean, who is the audience? Is it really for grown-ups? Because if it's not...
Be on alert. Though I don't suspect he poses a real threat.
I'm getting, like, Game of Thrones feels, though. Like, it's, like, animated and cutesy, but I feel like there's, like, a darkness behind it.
Going wild, are we?
My good day to you, Prince Dida.
Wow, his attitude changed.
How about a brief spar so I can see what he can do?
Sorry, but I don't believe that would be prudent.
Then instead, Domus, may I spar with you?
I heard he easily defeated the top captain in the Order of Bebin.
Okay,
and that
no wonder
made him
he's cocky. Yeah, ugh. This is literally Joffrey from Game of Thrones, man.
He's the spitting image of King Boss. He's outstanding. How do you like this? Come on, more!
He's really into it, man. But yeah, give him a taste of his own medicine, honestly. Yep. Not so cocky now.
You are magnificently
Yeah, I mean, you still held up, kid. In a way, it's still good. But of course, this Joffrey character...
He will only grow stronger. He wields the sword like a king. I want to teach this boy.
Oh, come on. You're supposed to teach Boji. Jeez.
Prince Boji.
Huh? What's this now? You mean to fight me too?
I gotta get out of this creepy place
Hey, did you hear? Word is that Prince Boji and Prince Dida are having a fight. Let's go watch.
Him in a fight?
Yeah, that's surprising. I'm actually like, is he just gonna? He just wants to get hurt. I know he wants to like prove to his trainer that he's worth it, but
Prince Boji is hardly a match for Prince Daida.
Yeah.
What could he be thinking?
Hey, who do you expect to win?
You're not seriously asking, are you?
Yeah, what kind of weird question is that?
But once before. I guess we'll find out for sure during this bout.
Ooh, so he can't be underestimated. Interesting. I feel bad because I underestimated him as well. I'm like, oh, how dare these people find him stupid and all that stuff. And here I am giving my prejudgments as well.
Begin!
I knew it. That time wasn't a fluke.
What?
It was his own ability.
And he did it without hurting the snakes. You know, that makes sense. If you're against like this very offensive fighter, you can play the defensive.
Hey, not bad. You're not bad at all, Boji.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad he's like redeeming himself. There's this. Oh. It's a little more encouraging than Kotaro so far. Like, at least, you know, first episode he's already like, I'm gonna prove myself to the world, and people around him are starting to see it. Okay, so I guess that's it for the very first episode. For thoughts so far on it, it's, well, I mean, I noticed, like I sort of mentioned, right? Like, I sort of noticed that I was giving like prejudgments about Boji myself. And I guess, like, especially if you're in a village where you can't really interact with the king and or the prince, basically royalty, you just know things by what's being told. And what's being told is that he's deaf, you know, he's mute, he can't speak, like, and basically he doesn't understand anything, so he's really stupid. And he also cries in private, so no one really knows that he has this bigger understanding than he lets on, and he's just putting an act. Because I mean, in the beginning, right, they say, like, you know, the king has to be strong, and there's a lot of emphasis being put on physical strength. Like, for example, you see his brother like take on his trainer Damas. Again, I'm very bad at names, guys. So, and you can see, like, he's like, oh, he's the spitting image of the king, like he's gonna be the next king because he's strong. There's always this emphasis being put on the physical strength. They don't realize that Boji is actually very mentally strong. He's able to keep it together the way he is, even if people are making fun of him. But obviously, like, I don't want to like put blame on the villagers. Again, like, I had my prejudgments on Boji because, I mean, as people, like, if you are looking for a leader, you look for qualities of a leader. You look for someone who's confident, you look for someone who's brave, you look for someone who can manage his people. And I guess especially in those times, I mean, even now, I think as people we look for strong leaders. And I mean, everyone has their version of strength. It's not always going to be the same. I mean, that's why, you know, when people vote, they have different sorts of votes because, I mean, their vision of what a good leader or strength should be is completely different. And the thing with these villagers, they picked their king. And I think the basis of the kingdoms itself, because it was like ranking number 7, so I assume that the basis of each kingdom is literally how strong physically a king is. And I mean, they chose their king based on the fate that they accepted, like, oh, we're gonna die because of these ghouls. I believe it was ghouls. And then here comes this very strong person and saves the day, basically. And obviously they're gonna feel some sort of fear. Can the successor be strong enough to defend us if worse comes to worse? What if like a war happens, what if something like that happens again? How can he defend us if he can't even do the simple thing of hearing us? So I can't completely blame the villagers. So I mean, that's there. But again, like, strength comes in so many forms. And with Boji, there is a lot of mental strength. And a lot of mental strength is obviously very, very important for leaders. It's a burden to be carrying all these people's lives. So you need to be mentally strong as well. It's just that in the setting that they're in now, it's physical strength that is the priority rather than, how strong you are mentally. And yeah, I'm not saying at the same time, someone who's mute or deaf can't be king. Obviously, that's what the show is for, to show that strength comes in many different forms. I'm just saying that, like, it's normal human behavior, I think, for people to fear like the successor after believing in a certain leader. And clearly he's dying, he's coughing up blood. So obviously, to have those fears of, will we still be safe and protected, will obviously be there. Like, regardless of the disabilities that Boji has, they would have those fears. Now, just adding the fact that Boji can't hear or speak, it for them, they're afraid. So I mean, like, not excusing their behavior, but their feelings are valid as well, if that makes sense. I actually really do like the fact that our main character is someone with all these flaws. And to be honest, it's actually very refreshing for me to see a main character with these sorts of disabilities. It's very rare, I think. I know there are a lot where there's like they have social anxiety or they're really awkward. I know there are a few. I mean, there's like a silent voice, for example. There are main characters with physical disabilities, but it's rare. It's not that common. And I mean, to see a show where it's someone with a physical disability fight against society and basically show people that despite my disabilities, I can be strong, and I can fight, and I can be your next king. In fact, I can be the greatest king there is. So it's very, very refreshing, and it's very exciting to see this all play out. And obviously, this show has people ridiculing him for having these disabilities, but it takes a clear stance that this is wrong. You shouldn't be making fun of people like this because they go through a lot and you just don't see it behind closed doors. And fun fact, in the United Arab Emirates, they call people with special needs people of determination. Personally, I really like that term because I feel like it's more inclusive, and it really emphasizes on the fact that these people are strong despite the difficulties that they face. I mean, as able people, we already face all these difficulties in society. Now, adding the fact that you would have special needs, it's gonna be a lot harder. And these people are still determined to achieve all these things and to be great, basically like Boji. So yeah, I really, really like the term people of determination. So yeah, I mean, props to that. So what do you guys think of the term people of determination? Personally, I think it's a very well thought of term, and I feel like more people should know it and use it even. But yeah, that's it for our very first episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much for watching this far. And you can also check out all our other stuff. We're on Facebook, we're on TikTok, we're on Instagram. So yeah, do check out all our stuff. So yeah, that's it. I will see you guys next time. Bye!